So,
this frozen Coke is delicious.
You seem to be enjoying it. I am navigating stealthily through the Branson traffic.
Stealthily? You're in a giant beige van with a logo on it.
Moving on.
Okay, so let's talk about just what are some of the mistakes that I think people are making when they talk about I want to flip houses. The first one and the biggest one is money. There's a lot of pie in the sky. I can borrow the money. I have great credit. I have a good income, but I don't have any cash. I'm going to advise you that flipping a house may not be the way to go. That to me sounds like you might want to go ahead and just build a new construction home. If you've got cash flow in terms of income, but you just don't have a lot of cash, get rid of you're probably in a home, get rid of that home, let's go build a new construction. Because flipping a house is going to take an infusion of cash from you to come out on the other side of that.
It's like a business. You're going to have some operating money to run on.
Exactly. Time.
Be honest with the time frame.
Be honest with your time frame. So Ken and I just did a flip not long ago here in Branson, and I think our 90-day thoughts, once we got going, it ended up taking us nearly 6 months to finish the house.
Yeah.
And folks, this was a full interior,
but
not a gut all the way, but we changed everything.
Yeah, everything got touched.
Everything got touched. So even we fall into that trap, but we do plan for it. When we do a flip, we usually in our minds it's a year, and we say we want to buy it, we want to do the remodel, and we want to sell it within a year's time. And even if you're just doing it to move into, you probably need to have the same thought. One, as soon as we bought it, we didn't just walk inside that day and start. No, we had to get design done, which you can do a little bit before you buy it. But here's the thing: if you're tearing walls out, moving rooms around, you can't do that. By the time you get it bought, you actually start construction, you're probably 30 to 45 days. Now, we were in the county, so we didn't have a lot of permitting, but if you're in the city, or you're in a city that requires permitting, your permitting could take 45 days, 60 days before you ever start working. Skills. What do you actually have the skills to do? Because I'm going to tell you right now, building a new construction home, if you do it yourself, it's a full-time job. We know how to do it. We don't build our own homes. We hire a contractor. We pay the contractor, yes. That's less money for us. But at the end of the day, there's still profit margin. We still make money.
Oh, yeah.
But I didn't do anything other than, here's the money, give it to the title company, go build the house, I list and sell it.
Well, your time, project time, it is the value of your time and money, and that's where it's more valuable to have someone else do that portion.
And look, if you have the skills and you're going to be there every day and manage it, then you're not going to pay yourself. Well, I don't know, maybe you are. I would tell you most of the guys that I know that do these flips are in there working every day, and they get paid on the back end. They're paying the people that are working for them, but it's their sweat equity they're putting in, and they're getting a bigger cash out at the end. We don't do that. We have a guy that we hire, Brad Reasons, does our flips. He does a lot of stuff on our construction, homes for us, maintenance in general on a lot of things. So remodels that we're doing. And we pay him for it because I've got another job I want to go do. And yes, I get less money in profit, but my time investment is very low. Now, when we do our flips, we do have to stop by for design meetings, or we got to go pick out materials.
It's still not a hands-off process.
It's still not a hands-off process because for whatever reason, they're moving something around and they say, hey, do you want to do this? Okay, great. But now I got to pick out maybe some flooring or some trim or doors or some door handles or whatever. But that's fun for us. We like doing that stuff, so I don't mind. Knowledge, you have to have some knowledge of construction. We build houses, so we have that knowledge. We flipped homes, we have that knowledge. Both of us have been involved in construction, we have that knowledge. If you don't know anything about construction, find somebody that does and work with them. No matter how good a contractor is, it's kind of like a computer. Whatever data you put in is going to determine the data you get out. And if you go tell your contractor to do something, and he's just going to say, okay, that's what I'll do, may not be the best, cheapest, most economical way to do it. So you can run into some issues there.
Very true.
And the last one is patience. Is you got to have patience. It is going to take a long time to flip that house. And it depends on, I'm not talking about, okay, we're going to go in and paint it. I'm talking out, I'm doing a full remodel for the purposes of either what I want in a house. I'm gutting it completely out. It's going to take more time than you think it will. And we see it happen a lot in new construction. There is a trap you can fall into where you run out of patience and you're mad or unhappy because it's not going fast enough or whatever. That is solely your responsibility as the flipper.
Start cutting corners, and all you're doing is shooting yourself in the foot. Don't
fall into that trap. Now let's talk about some upside. This is a number that I thought was amazing, and it actually does jive with what you and I have seen. This was a report from the National Home Builders Association in partnership with some other groups, but it was a survey nationwide trying to figure out what the average profit was on a sold house that would be categorized as a flip. Okay. Purchased, renovated, and then sold by the same individual. How much profit do you think nationwide was reported as being the average?
I'm going to say 20%.
Okay, what's the actual number though?
Oh, dollars amount.
Dollar amount.
I will say we're going to use the baseline. It's like $100,000 house.
I don't know. All I know is the number that they gave me. What was the average profit? All flips, all price ranges.
$37,000.
$69,000 in profit.
Strong money.
Strong money. Now that's nationwide. So real case scenario, I don't mind telling you, Ken and I would say that we average around a 15% actual profit margin in our pockets after we pay the bills. That's not bad. I can tell you right now, the stock market is not going to make you 15%. Even on new construction, we get pretty close, and we can build a spec home. Somebody out there, you're like, I want to invest some money, I want to build a spec home. Call us. We'll build you a spec home. You probably make 10 to 15% on your money.
We do that for a handful of clients.
We have a couple of investors that we work with right now. Sometimes it's a mix. We might do part loan and we take some of their cash and we guarantee them something on their cash. So, say you want to do a house and you got 30 or 40,000 sitting around. I can probably build you 180 build cost, 240 sale, and on your maybe 40 grand investment, walk you away with $10 to $15,000. I guarantee you can't take 35 or 40 grand, put it in the stock market in 6 months, get back $55,000. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't guarantee. I don't think you can do it.
Even
4, 5, 6%, maybe, but you're not getting 10 or 15 on your money in the stock
year.
Market.
Just think about that for a second.
Yeah.
Put aside the TV where people are making, I made $100,000 on that remodel. Keep in mind it's TV, folks. But yeah, with what you can do versus the other avenues out there, there's money to be made.
Money to be made. Okay, so you heard that. Let's do elephant in the room. Our elephant in the room today is one word: forbearance.
What?
I have been, yes. No, it's not a bear. It's forbearance.
Okay, what those are? She had me paranoid there. I was looking around.
So, I got to tell you, I've heard this a lot. We've had a lot of our clients asking about it because people have been furloughed or they're working half hours or whatever. First of all, my advice to you is going to be find as many other things as you possibly can and do those things before you deal with a forbearance. Because the thing that I just want to tell everybody is forbearance is not forgiveness. I have read everything that came out from the federal government. I've talked to a lot of lenders about this. Every single one of them said at some point that money that is forbeared will have to be paid back. Either you're going to have to make all the payments at once or they're going to refinance it. It's going to cost you something. If you can at all avoid it, don't do it. And at length, you don't have to call your mortgage servicer. Go talk to somebody who has helped you buy a home, your local lender. I give you 100 names. If you need one, call me. Of lenders you could go talk to that could walk you through what forbearance might mean for you. And they can walk you through the possibility of doing a refi or something to that effect. And keep in mind that none of the rules and laws and everything that have been passed there's a lot of it that is left up in the air. What do you do if, and there's no answer for that question. The federal government and our legislators are still working a lot of that out. It scares me to death when I hear about the number of people that are doing these forbearances. Don't give up your equity. And I know it's hard for some folks. There's not an answer for everyone. But I'm advising my clients to try everything else first before you think about due to forbearance. So that's our elephant in the room for today, and that is the end of season 5. No, I'm sorry, season 2, episode 5, episode 6. I'm gonna get it right one of these days, Ken.
We'll get to season 5. Be patient.
A couple years, you know, it is what it is. Season 3 will be coming up in the fall, and we look forward to seeing you then. Until then, if you have real estate questions, feel free to drop them on our Facebook page at the Real Pro Team Trilix, or you can also contact us through our website, www.findmybransonhome.com. See you later.